an Electroneum update. So let's talk about it. You're gonna want to stick around, stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let's get straight into this one. Richard Ells, the Don himself, has come out with an update about Hackaton early 2025. You're gonna wanna listen, get ready.
Hi everybody, Richard Ells here from Electroneum with a very fast, super quick update. Haven't bothered setting up green screens, haven't bothered doing anything cool. We've just got to get this out really fast and then back to the grindstone. So we wanted to talk to you about a white paper we've got coming out. So if you've already been following us, we've changed our blockchain a lot over the years. The blockchain that is operating right now is super cool, cutting edge, one of the best blockchains in the world. If you combine our technology that is unbelievable, so 5 seconds single block finality, it's literally right up there in the top 1% of blockchains in the world for its speed, and you combine that with the cost of developing smart contracts on our blockchain, and it is I would suggest it's probably the best in the world for.
Yep, cutting edge technology, 5 second block finality, Istanbul Byzantine Fault Tolerance. There's not many out there that are like that. And this is what's gonna set Electroneum apart from many other chains. The transaction speed is like lightning. It's crazy, bro.
Or developers. So we need to showcase that, and I'll come on to that in a moment. But at the same time, we're not resting on our laurels. The guys have been developing a white paper for where we can go in the future to improve our blockchain even more. And that white paper should be out in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll get it out before Christmas. That white paper talks about the highly technical nature of some changes to our validators, a new warranting system that is literally an invention of ours. So some really cool things. So watch out for that white paper. And then that white paper leads us into this technology drive, right? So we are really keen to get developers working on the Electroneum mainnet. Get more and more people to understand what its technology is, what ability that gives them outside of other blockchains that are available, for instance. And
there you have it. This is what we needed, man. More push, more development, if more devs come into the chain and they manage to, research it and, it would incentivize stuff like Hackaton would just incentivize them to want to build more cool stuff on the chain, which will bring more attraction. And then there you have it. Adoption is just around the corner from that.
And just start getting people utilizing our blockchain. So with that, we've teamed up with DevPost, the hackathon organizers, and we're launching a hackathon on January the 8th, 2025. If you haven't used them, if you are a developer, you should use an RPC API provider called Anchor, A-N-K-R. They are the best in the world. They are fast, low cost, unbelievably good uptime. I mean, you should be using these guys. And very kindly, they have agreed to sponsor the hackathon along with ourselves. So there are some great prizes from Anchor and from Electroneum. There are about $50,000, in fact, there's more than $50,000 worth of prizes for the developers in that January and February hackathon. So, what is the hackathon? It's a software competition to enable developers from around the world to come and spend their time and learn a bit about what makes the Electroneum mainnet different and develop something that you will be able to go and see and possibly use depending on what it is. Could be games, could be some DeFi, could be some sort of NFT builder. Who knows? Who knows what they'll build? They'll build something cool, I'm very sure of that. So at the end of the hackathon, it'll be judged. We've got different judges coming along as well, which we'll probably talk about more in a longer video. But ultimately, we should start seeing a lot more utilization of the Electroneum blockchain, and I personally am very excited to see what people develop and get out there on Electroneum mainnet. And once again, just another quick repeat, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Anybody who's already developed something, we don't want to penalise you. If you've developed something already, feel free to enter it into the hackathon. You'll be judged alongside everybody else completely fairly. So thank you for your time. It was a super fast update.
There you go. Bam. Shout out to Richard, man. Listen, this is what we needed. Every now and then, Richard coming out, doing these updates videos, but it just reminds me of the 28 Richard Ells 2018, that was crazy. It's good to see him, out there giving us updates about what's going on, especially with Hackaton. The community didn't really know much about what was Hackaton gonna bring, but it's basically for the chain. It's for developers to come out here and do their best and build some stuff, and there will be some prize, like he said, 50k, which is cool. If you already built on the chain, you might want to look into trying to do that. If you build some cool stuff, hey, you might win the prize, So yeah, shout out to all the builders out there. We definitely need more builders on the Electroneum chain. Now, if you look at the global cryptocurrency adoption in the world, according to Chainalysis, I'm pulling out data right now, this is the regional ones, and UK is not that far off. I think it's number 12. Listen, by the way, shout out to India, shout out to Nigeria, and shout out to the United States. Those three are leading the global cryptocurrency adoption right now. Indonesia's out there too, and yeah, UK is around number 12, and this is their overall ranking. Centralized service value received ranking, they're at 14, and the retail centralized service value that receive ranking in terms of cryptocurrencies is there at 11. So that it's not that far off. They're at 21, my bad. So for DeFi, DeFi valid received ranking, they're at number 9, and the retail DeFi, they're at number 8. So I think, in my opinion, this is gonna rapidly change leading up to 2025, and this is my argument. Look at this. As of recently, as November 2024, 21st to be precise, the UK is to finalize cryptocurrency regulatory framework. So finally we're getting some regulatory clarity, because earlier this year I think UK had a new government, and they are pushing towards regulating crypto and doing all this other stuff. So basically it says that the UK has moved forward with its plan to introduce a draft regulatory framework for cryptocurrency assets in early 2025. The announcement was made during the City and Financial Global Tokenization Summit held on November 21st. So reading up on this article, the FCA is making it a little bit more clearer in terms of NFTs. Now they more worried about stable coins, but every country is worried about stable coins. Why? Because it competes with their local currency. Nigeria is worried about stable coins. UK is rightfully so worried about stable coins, because hey, it competes with it. So if everyone uses stables, no one would use your national currency. That becomes problematic. So that's the reason why they are doing that. But one thing that they mentioned is the fact that they want the UK to be on the map, to set precedent, just like what Trump said, to be on the, like, sitting on the throne of the country's leading progress in terms of crypto adoption, which is the plus side. This is the positive side. When us in crypto, as soon as we hear regulation, people start getting scared, because this is an unregulated chart. This is an unregulated market. That's why I always tell fools who are out there rocking suits, wearing ties, talking about I'm a professional. You got to be a professional, but you cannot be a professional in an unregulated market, because you don't know what's the regulatory clarity about whether or not what you're doing is right or what you're doing is wrong. This is the reason why we've been moving how we're moving on this channel. We're not fools. Like, don't be like a bumbling fool, just blindly running around, jumping into every different things and thinking you're gonna figure some stuff out, or I'm gonna start a business in crypto. In terms of influencing, if you found a crypto project, you've been in there for many years, man, kudos to you, because that's, in my opinion, those are the legitimate businesses. Influencing and talking about different coins and getting paid to do that, and sometimes I'm starting courses and all this other stuff. We don't have regulatory clarity enough of that to legitimize these things yet. So for me, I just stay on the fences until we have a clear cut, this is right to do, this legal, this is illegal to do, and then you're gonna see me start a major global business or whatever in crypto. Until then, I'm just a participant, bro. That's it. be a participant. That's it, you know, and participate in the technology the best way you can. You've seen me come over here before, start validator nodes. I'm in the background, you know, shout out to X1, validating blockchains on the Phantom network, you know, and observing chain data, understanding what's going on in the background of the creation of a cryptocurrency, how a blockchain runs, how to become a validator node, bootstrap a server, and yeah, just work with data. So I've done that before on this channel. So I definitely like crypto adoption and the advancement of technology. That's why Electroneum, I like it, because it sets precedent of what's going on. People like Richard Ells, innovators. People like CZ of Binance, innovators. They've been in the industry for many years. Charles Hoskinson is another one of them. You know, people who started their legitimate businesses around this, and they gave us these amazing things over the past years. We don't even realize that these guys have been around with us for almost a decade, some of them even longer, and they have been doing nothing but be transparent and try to be like legitimate and just do things in a manner where they're not scamming, they're not rug pulling anybody. And this is where you want to set yourself up in the future. This is why I like Electroneum, because listen, man, this technology is great, especially with their 5-second instant finality, which sets them apart from other blockchains. It's almost like AI, it's almost like artificial intelligence. I believe the ultimate blockchain that's going to win all and be the end all be all blockchain would be the largest blockchain that will be able to compartmentalize data. So once that blockchain does that in the future, to the point where you don't need a giant server to be running a validator node, you don't need so much gigabytes, you don't need to occupy too much space to run a node. That's the blockchain, in my opinion, that's going to win it. The blockchains that compartmentalizes gigabytes and make it so minuscule and compress it to the point where anybody from anywhere in the 4 corners of the world can use a mobile phone and just click on that mobile phone, jump on the network and start validating. Imagine that, a server that's like that, where people are running validators off of their CPU power on their mobile phones. Nobody would be able to stop that chain, because it would be ultimately decentralized. No centralized authority will ever be able to stop that chain. And I think Electroneum could be headed towards that progress. We never know, because how did they pull this off, bro? A single block finality. I've done a little bit of tech and I've never seen something like this, bro. A single block finality, like within 5 seconds, speed gone, you know, lightning speed. And this is just how powerful they are. So for 2024 Aurelius blockchain update provides the means for developers, organizations to explore and build Web3 solutions in a more secure, fast, low cost and efficient energy environment for Electroneum. That's it, man. Universities coming on as validators, allowing smart contracts, crazy. The adoption of that, look into that. Vendors, people who are going to be accepting Electroneum, what I just spoke about, the 5-second finality, is going to make their life a lot more easier. So a cryptocurrency like Electroneum would actually do very, very well in the real world out there if businesses start to accept it. That right there, it's going to begin from any task, and it's going to be so big. The global adoption of crypto is coming, and this is where you want to be, man. That's what I see. So lastly, ElectroSwap, shout out to them. I've seen them on DeFi Llama, you know. Electroneum, I think it needs to be on DeFi Llama as well for their all the projects that are on there to be, you know, so we can have an estimation to see what are the total valuation of everything built around the Electroneum SC, the smart chain. Right now, the TVLs for ElectroSwap are $100,000, which is these numbers are crazy. Look how early you are. Sometimes next year, I think if this grows to like 1 million, 2 million, 10 million, you're gonna be kicking yourself in the teeth not looking into that Bolt token, bro. This is crazy. Like, for you to be getting it, imagine getting into Uniswap in 2020 and the TVLs on Uniswap, the overall TVL was like 100,000, and like a year later it's estimated at billions because people had used the DEX so much. This is ElectroSwap early, you know. When you early, bro. So shout out to Jordan Pandy, Jordan Pandy, Body Token, Pandy team, all of them, all those amazing projects that started early this year. And yeah, they just put eyes over there on Electroneum. There are many other projects too but the chain is still small because not many people know about it. But what I just spoken about the progress of cryptocurrencies in the United Kingdom, watch out for next year. Watch out for next year, man. Next year is gonna be, yeah, it's 2025, man. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Like up the video, share it, subscribe for some crypto content. I have been Mr. Nakamoto Crypto, and I'm out.